What's up, good people? You locked into Major Talk TV, and right now you in the den with First D.
I'm trying to get my weight up. Yeah, I want that paper.
We in the den, man. I got some new things I want to talk about today, man. First, I want to give a major shout out and salute to a rapper that actually lives up to his name, and not in a bad way, but in a good way. Man, major salute to MoneyMan. MoneyMan just did some historic, groundbreaking moves in the industry, man. Him and Ghazi just did the first record advance that was paid in Bitcoin. The first record label advance paid in Bitcoin. Ghazi is the founder of the label Empire, and Empire is like a large distribution imprint. It's groundbreaking, man. MoneyMan and Ghazi both posted on their social medias about the transaction. Pretty much, Ghazi paid MoneyMan 14 point some odd Bitcoin, which equals up to around $995 some odd dollars. Yeah, that's groundbreaking. And I feel like this right here is kind of setting the tone and getting the ball rolling to move the music industry farther into the future, because you know, if you can be paid in a currency, in a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, and you know, knowing that the cryptocurrencies fluctuate how they do, I feel like it should be contracts that kind of match that same type of fluctuation. Like I think the terms in the contract should be somewhat flexible, just like the cryptocurrency is flexible. But yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting to see how many other artists and labels jump on board with this move, and yeah, I want to see what other cryptocurrencies they get involved in this type of transaction. Yeah, that's cool, man. MoneyMan and Empire did some groundbreaking stuff, man. Had the first record label advance paid in Bitcoin ever. And one thing I want to say about MoneyMan is that, you know, like I said, he lives up to his name. Like, since he's been out, one thing I can say about him is, like, he might not have been the rapper with the most money or getting the most sales, but one thing about MoneyMan is he always, since he's been around, he's always talked about financial literacy and the importance of being independent and owning your work, and yeah, he's always I've heard a lot of his music where he's talking about cryptocurrency and talking about having weed farms where he has a grow house and he's legally growing his own marijuana and things like that. So yeah, MoneyMan is one of those rappers that, like I said, he lives up to his name, but in a good way, because he's not promoting any type of violence or any type of deviant behavior. You know, he's just talking about money, independence, and financial literacy. So yeah, man, big major shout out to MoneyMan for that, man. Like this is groundbreaking. That's big. I can't wait to see what happens next. Moving right along, man, we got R. Kelly in the hot seat, and you know, I'm not even gonna say he's in the hot seat because he's been in the hot seat, but a story just broke. Apparently his cellmate, where he's locked up right now, he's locked up in the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, and his cellmate, 37-year-old Brendan Hunt, is an artist or aspiring artist, and his cellmate was sentenced to 63 months. So in order to get his time reduced, he actually created a comic, drew out and sketched an entire comic of him and his cellmate R. Kelly, and it just details their activities in jail, like showing them working out and they're talking and getting to know one another. And the whole point to his comic, what his lawyers are saying, is that he's trying to show that two individuals like them that are unlikely to even cross paths, if they have a chance at building a friendship and being new people, then you know that's showing that he can change and he can be out here in the world and be productive to society and things like that. So I thought that was funny, man. Yeah, the comic shows them doing yoga together, listening to music, working out, crazy stuff. R. Kelly's cellmate, Brendan Hunt, illustrator of Sketches. But man, this R. Kelly saga is taking so many crazy turns and twists, and you know, right now he's definitely dealing with all the results and perhaps karma of all the years of things that have been going on and things that he was engaging in. So you know, R. Kelly definitely things have changed for him. But yeah, man, it's one of those things, man. Just, if you care, say a prayer for him. If not, man, you know, you're gonna keep it moving. Rapper YFN Lucci recently had new details related to his case. It's saying that he has a date set to go to trial. He's going to be May 2022. He's going to be on trial for murder and racketeering charges. Basically, back in December of 2020, this last year, he was arrested in connection to a murder. He was locked up for a while. Then this was on the heels of him putting out his latest project, which was great, by the way. But I'll talk about that in a minute. He was arrested December 2020 in connection to that murder, and then he was released on bond shortly after that. But shortly after being released on bond, he was then indicted on the racketeering charges, and he turned himself in shortly after that. Pretty much, he had just been sitting, waiting for his trial date. He was, trying to get another bond, but it was denied. And we just gotta see what happens. It's gonna be May of next year. And man, it's crazy. Like I was saying, he had just dropped his project. It was either October, November 2020, and it was going off. It was a really solid album. Probably one of his best works for me personally. And it was something I was bumping it. I was bumping it every day. And when he got locked up facing the murder charge, I was like, man, what the hell? Like, how you got this solid body of work? How could you be even still engaging in this type of stuff? I'm not gonna go through the details of that. It's out there online. Y'all can look it up if you're interested. But yeah, he got out on bond. I was like, okay, well, he might, it might be a way he could still pursue his music career, still promote his music while seeing what's going on with the case. But then the racketeering thing hit him, and for the most part, in these RICO cases, we don't see too many times where the defendant actually gets to walk away from it. So, we just gotta see, man. He's going on trial May 2022, so we just gotta see what happens, man. And prayers to him and his situation. And it is what it is. When you live in a certain lifestyle, and you're also a public figure, things are bound to happen. Like you have to be able to separate yourself from that lifestyle, and just take advantage of all these opportunities that you had to make money. Like I was saying in my first video with Fetty Wap, man, it's something similar, man. You got to, when you make a name for yourself and you're known in the industry, you have fans, people that are willing to pay money to see you come out, see you perform. Man, you have to treat that like a piece of glass. Like it could shatter so easily, and once it shatters, it's impossible to put those pieces back together properly. So man, I just want to stress again to all the rappers out there, man, all the young people, everybody in general. Let's try to make more wise decisions, and when we get these opportunities, take advantage of it, but in a good way. Like, don't take advantage of it like when you get this money. Okay, now I can get a bigger pack. Now I can pay for even more guns and move even more shit. No, like look at it like I got a name for myself now, and I have fans, people that love me, that don't even know me. They willing to pay their hard-earned money to see me. Man, take advantage of that and give the people what they want. Put out music, try to be in the studio, perfect your craft, but continuing to indulge in certain lifestyles once you've made it, just it makes no sense at all, man. Alright, I got even more updates on Travis Scott Astroworld Festival tragedy. Pretty much since the last time I gave updates on this, the FBI have joined in on the investigation. The FBI now a part of the many different organizations that's actually investigating what happened and look into what could have potentially been the cause. It's also been revealed that the Astroworld venue has a $26 million insurance policy, but damages are expected to exceed $100 million. So that means it's a lot of millions that's gonna have to be paid out of pocket, because the insurance policy only gonna cover $26 million in damages. And we already know the lawsuits are gonna fly, and they're gonna continue to come in. Travis Scott has said he's willing to pay for all funeral expenses for all the people that lost their lives, and pay money to the victims. He's also offered an avenue for them to receive counseling and hopefully be able to work their way through the stress and anxiety and the trauma that comes along with something like this. And it's like the updates are unfolding day by day, and you know, with things like this, and with how big of an investigation it is, it's going to be many more things that are going to be revealed. And as far as who ends up being considered the one liable or responsible, you know, we just gotta wait and see what the investigation is. Yeah, man, it's one of those things. Like I said before, those types of shows and the crowd so wild, and the messaging and the provoking of this type of behavior. You know, that whether his intentions were for it to get that wild or not, like it's almost like the January 6th insurrection. You know, whether Trump's intentions were for them to storm the Capitol or not, the way that he spoke and the way he provoked his audience and got them so riled up, like it's one of those things. Like, what do you expect? Like, something's gonna happen eventually. So, you know, we just gotta be mindful of that, and you know, in the future, have things in place that can prevent these types of things from happening. I don't know what that is or what that could be, but it definitely got to be something in place that's gonna prevent these types of things from happening. One more thing I wanted to touch on before I get out of here, man. It's the case of the teenager KYLE Rittenhouse. KYLE Rittenhouse, the 17-year-old that was arrested for killing 3 individuals and injuring another one. Basically, it was a protest taking place in Kenosha, Wisconsin, and that was in the midst of all the police brutality problems that we've been facing in America, and you know, on the heels of George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery. It was a big protest in Kenosha, Wisconsin, and KYLE Rittenhouse was actually a native of another state. So at this time during the pandemic, there were curfews in place for minors, and at the time he was 17 years old, so he shouldn't have been out there to begin with. But he was out there. He was armed with an assault rifle, and he was saying that he was there helping to protect one of the stores and, you know, keep peace. Things transpired, and I'm not sure of how everything took place. So don't quote me on this. He was approached by some members of the crowd that was protesting, and he began to point his gun at them, and eventually he fired a shot, killing somebody, and he took off running. Now he's being chased by people, and you know, whenever he gets cornered, from videos I've seen, you know, he uses a weapon to protect himself. It was one of the survivors actually testified, and that one is a little sketchy, because the video, what the prosecutors are saying is that KYLE Rittenhouse charged and approached the man and shot him and continued to shoot him as he was laying down on his back. What the defense is saying is that the guy charged KYLE Rittenhouse with a weapon, and Kyle was protecting himself. And so right now, you know, it's going to be ultimately in the jurors' hands. Both sides are presenting what evidence they have and presenting their cases. And man, I want to know what y'all think about that. I think for one, like I said, you know, him being out there and at his age having an assault rifle in a state that he doesn't live was, you know, that's wrong right off rip. And as far as him being charged with murder, you know, I don't know how it's gonna go. His lawyers are saying he was defending himself. They're saying he had every right to discharge the firearm, and you know, the defense is pretty much saying he murdered those people. So we just have to see how things pan out, man. I want y'all to try to pay close attention to that if you can. I'm gonna start providing updates on that as I see them, because the trial is taking place right now. But yeah, I wanted to bring some attention to that, because a lot of the media outlets that I go to don't really talk about it as much. So yeah, I'm just trying to bring a little awareness to it, and you know, let y'all know what's going on with that. Hey man, it's Major Talk TV. Right now you in the den, First D.